Okay, I should be live. Dang, I should have put 30 minutes into. There's nobody here right now. That really sucks. Sucks. Like 3 people here. And now, oh my gosh, everybody's gone because it took me so long to get on. But I'm going to stream this anyways, and I am going to talk about what I was going to talk about because I had made a video and gosh, I got done with the video and I was like, I don't really quite like how it turned out. I was outside. I felt really distracted. There was a lot of activity going on at my neighbor's house, and I just feel I don't know. Anyway, so I decided to come on here and talk about this personally with those who are interested in this subject, which I had one of my clients that asked me if I could do a video or do something else on this subject. And that is the idea of happiness actually causing us to have anxiety and depression. And maybe we don't really think about it. But I had one client that I noticed that she was going to have a major life change that she was really excited about, and right following her telling us that she made that decision, she felt really good about it. We stopped hearing from her, and when I checked in with her, sure enough, I asked her if it had anything to do with this decision that she had made, this decision she had made, and she said, I hadn't thought about it, but it really does. And I want to talk a little bit about that because a lot of times when we come from a background of abuse, we don't realize that our happiness often was censored extremely. And not only that, but our society tends to censor happiness. So we're not allowed just to be freely happy and to express our emotions. A lot of people talk about, oh, people can't express their emotions when they're sad, or they might not be able to express their emotions when they're angry. But if you think about it, we're also not always allowed to express emotions of real, genuine excitement and happiness. If you think about when somebody laughs a really hearty laugh, they're at a restaurant or somewhere, even in a movie, in a comedy, when somebody just has this hearty laugh, a lot of attention is drawn to that person because most people keep their laugh censored. They keep it down to a minimum. They may laugh, but they keep it censored. Perhaps maybe when you go watch somebody on stage, you might let loose a little bit more. But if you're in a restaurant and you hear somebody laugh really loud, people all look at them. But aside from that, I want to talk more about this idea of when you've been brought up in a home where there was a lot of abuse. And like I was, my father was a classic narcissist. The more I've studied narcissism, the more I know how classic narcissist he was. And one of the things a classic narcissist does, or one of the characteristics, is they're not able to feel the full emotion of joy and happiness. They're pretty numbed out to their own emotions. Emotions they may express a lot of times are acted out. They've learned to, okay, this is how I'm supposed to act now. And they've learned to act out the emotions they see in other people around them. So when they are around people that are having a really happy time and feel really happy about something, it can feel very uncomfortable to them. And of course, if the attention, is on that person because of the happiness, of course, that even brings more unhappiness to them because they're at their core, they want the attention on them. So my dad was like that. He was somebody and that he did not know the full spectrum of happiness, unfortunately. He has his own past, and I don't know all about it. I know that it was rough. But he was an alcoholic, and he was very, very much one to censor our happiness. To when we had any moments where we felt extremely happy and excited about something, where he would come and put a damper on it. over and over and over again. I could tell story after story after story that I remember, and I don't remember all of my childhood. There's so much of it that is uh, blocked. So I just want you to just comment, leave in the comments if that, whether you're here right now and it doesn't look like anybody's here at the moment, or you come in later and you listen to this, leave in the comments if you remember as a child, your happiness being censored, your happiness being put a damper on, a lid on, like that you're too joyful right now. We need to calm this happiness down. Or if you know how that goes on in your current life where you feel like you cannot fully express happiness, that your happiness is being censored. So, one of my earliest memories of this happening is when I was around 5 years old, 4 or 5 years old. Our neighbors invited me and my older brother and my older sister to go to the ocean with them. It was during the summer, and we were so excited that they invited us. And my mom said we could go. And my dad took us all in the backyard, and he did this kind of stuff sneaky. He didn't, my mom wasn't privy to some of this stuff. And I don't think she was to this at the time, but he took us, me and my brother and my sister in the backyard, and he got this huge switch off a tree. And he let us know that he heard we were going to the ocean with the neighbors and that he was going to give us each just a little switch, and it was to let us know that we better behave ourselves, and that if he hears anything that we hadn't behaved, this is just a little taste of what you're going to get when you get home. And so my brother, because he was the oldest, he said he was going to get 3 switches. My sister was going to get 2, and I was going to get 1. And so we all, had us all turn around, put our hands, up against the wall or whatever. And, I could hear my brother, a 1, 2, 3. I could hear the whip with my sister. And then finally I got mine. And I only got 1, but it was so painful. It was so painful. Now think of when you get stung by a bee. It just freaking hurts. And it was way more painful than being stung by a bee. You don't need 3 stings to know it's freaking painful, but 3 would be horrible too. And it completely obliterated my ability to have a happy day. I don't even remember going to the ocean that day. All I remember is that memory and just crying and feeling completely devastated. So that wiped out that excitement that I had. On Christmases, my dad was very controlling on Christmas mornings. He would make us all calm down and have us all sit in a circle and be really quiet while each person opened one present at a time, and we all watched, and it was just having everybody's eyes on you, and just his presence in general being there anyways, because he was so controlling and always trying to find something to tell you were bad or stupid or make you feel bad about yourself. He just watched us and was always looking for something. So it just put a damper on Christmas mornings. Even though we were so excited to get our presents and that happiness was there, there was that damper of, dad controlling everything that happened. I remember going camping one time. I don't think we went more than 1 or 2 times in my whole life, but I think it might have been the first time we ever went. And we got up to the mountains. We were so excited, and we got out of the car, and my dad got a switch and beat my brothers for some little fight they had or something. 2 or 3 of them got a whipping right off the bat. And it's in earshot. I could hear their cries. I heard the whipping. It just ruined. It put that damper again on the happiness of being able to go camping. When I was a teenager, I had a birthday party that my mom was, I think I was turning 15, maybe 16 years old. I have a feeling, if I can remember right, it was my 16th birthday, my sweet 16. And my mom had invited a few family members over, and I was so excited, for that it was my birthday and I was turning 16 and everything. And my dad, I was in my room, and my dad came in and he quietly closed the door, and then he just started in on me and started saying, tell me what a terrible person I was, how I didn't care about anybody but myself, and being really mocking and saying, now we're going to go and sing happy birthday to you. And he got right in my face, and he said, I better not hear you said anything to your mom about this. And literally just shrunk every bit of happiness I had about that birthday party completely. It was gone. And so, and this is just the ones that I remember. He was just like that. And he could not deal with us being too happy, too excited about anything. Narcissists are very, very controlling as well. And he was very controlling. He was very abusive. And so here I am later in life, and I've noticed, and I notice it with clients too, that when there are things that come into our lives, or when we're trying to make shifts out of our lives into greater happiness, into getting out of these places that we feel stuck in life, and we want to move up to something that we've always wished we could have, or a little bit better living, or a little bit better circumstances, whether it's, or a better relationship, or whatever it is. When we want to start shifting out of those mindsets and shifting up, and things start to shift for us, a lot of times we'll come in and, not really realizing we're doing it, we self-sabotage that. We start to feel withdrawn. We start to want to withdraw from people. It's very subtle. We start to feel like overwhelmed, withdrawn, and we start to make decisions that pull us back away from the shift happening and us actually moving into a better place in life. And I believe that this is a direct thing that comes from that past of abuse and not being allowed to sustain happiness as a child. And not only that, that happiness always being followed by some sort of boom damper put on it, kind of puts us in a state of anxiety when we know something exciting and happy is about to happen. Bam, we're down here thinking, oh my gosh, so is something bad going to happen? It's going to follow right after, or it's not going to be sustained, or it's going to be taken away from us. And I think this is a lot more common than we realize. And I was thinking, even in society, happiness, children are naturally joyful and excited and eager about everything. But they are, from the time, especially when they start to go to school and they have to sit in their desk all day, and they have to, year after year after year, learn the same thing, and the same history, the same reading, the same everything, year after year after year. Nothing's ever really that fresh or exciting or new. Once in a blue moon, they might have something, that's fun. But they, even our society, it kind of say, kids, quit being so happy. It's time to be serious, because you need to make money when you get older. You need to be able to mount to something, and you're not going to if you're too happy, if you're too giddy. And it sounds like erroneous, but it's not. It's very real. And I just wonder, I wish you would, oh, hi, Tammy. Tammy's here. Great, great, great. Under Colby Williams. I wish you would just leave a comment, if you, or a thumbs up or anything, to let me know that, even Tammy, any of you, to let me know if this is, you believe this is what's happening with you. Like there's times when you feel like you're becoming happy. And those that might watch this later, leave me a comment, leave me a thumbs up, and let me know that this is something that you see going on with you. And just stop and think about, where are there times, like in your past, where you remember being censored, your happiness being censored? Maybe even journal about this. Where do you remember your happiness being censored or put a damper on? And also in your present right now, where in life do you put dampers on really fully expressing your happiness, really being able to open up and just be happy and not feel censored about it? When we go out to, to a movie or to a restaurant, or, we have something exciting happening in our life, where do we put this damper on ourselves and put on a real serious, a more serious, I should say, energetic vibe, so that we don't display too much eagerness or too much happiness, because maybe there's this insecurity that somebody's going to come along and snap that away or look at you funny, like you're not supposed to be so happy, or, you know, I mean, when does this happen in your present life? Because I can see it happening all the time. One of the places I see it going on is I am afraid to be too happy. Yeah. Yeah, you do. You get like this fear that if I'm too happy and too excited that somebody's going to be angry. I get this fear like this. Somebody will be angry about that happiness and or irritated at me or want to take that away. And it's a direct link to that's exactly how I felt as a child with my dad, you know, that I had to be careful about being seen or being expressing myself too much, and whether it was happiness or any other kind of emotion really. But happiness we don't think of so much. We know we understand that happened when we, you know, we're going to cry, you know, oh, you big baby, or, you know, you feel so sorry for yourself, or that. We understand that, but we don't think a lot about it being that way with happiness. And um, and so I want to know, because I have this idea that I want to do this class, a month challenge class, where you will get an email. I'm thinking either a weekly email or a little daily short email. I might do both, where you'll be challenged and you'll have challenges for that week to go forward and to live in uncensored happiness. And I already have some ideas. I have an outline already written out for this and ideas to challenge ourselves to live with uncensored happiness for a full month, and to just not to stress ourselves out about it, but to try the waters in different areas of ways that we may not express ourselves normally or may not enjoy happiness normally in certain areas of our life. And if that's something that you would be up to that challenge, definitely let me know in the comments, because it'll be a free class. It'll be something that you can sign up for and participate in. It's not going to be extensive. It's just going to be little challenges and probably some affirmations to do throughout the month, and just little dares and challenges. And then, you know, you can share. I'll have a Facebook group that you can be a part of if you're able. Some of you aren't able to. But if you are able to be a part of the Facebook group, then, or you want to, and some of you might not want to, then you can share, you know, your journey there. But the class itself will be delivered via email, so you don't have to depend upon Facebook to be in the class and in the challenge. So class would be amazing. Yay! I know, I'm super excited about it. I just thought that this whole idea of uncensored happiness may be a huge shift, paradigm shift for a lot of people. And what I mean by that, when I say uncensored happiness, I mean not putting that lid and that damper on happy. I mean, you know, just allowing ourselves to say, I allow myself, I give myself permission to be happy. Hold on just a minute, because I want to share something. Okay, so I'm going to just share the little, when I was outlining Uncensored Happiness class, I did a little, sometimes I'll write a letter to myself. This is a really good journaling practice. So just like a writing letter to you when you realize you have something that you're trying to bust through, write a letter to yourself in your journal or something and give yourself permission. And that's what I'm doing here. When I wrote this, I said, Dear Elizabeth, Liz, Lizzie, and Mom, because I wanted to address all names I go by or have gone by in the past that I remembered. So, Dear Elizabeth, Liz, Lizzie, and Mom, it's okay to be blissfully, unapologetically happy without any explanation or censorship. It's okay to belly laugh, to snorkel, to laugh silently with snot and tears dripping down your face. It's okay to be happy all through the entire day, to laugh at life and to go to sleep with a smile on your face. I give you permission. Okay, hang on. So I give you permission to look people in the eye and smile. real big and to say hello. It's okay to walk away laughing at any, oh, sorry, okay. I give you permission to look people in the eye and smile and say hello. And to walk away laughing at anybody who tries to take advantage of that. So, sometimes we censor our happiness because we look at somebody and they catch us looking at them, and you can tell they're going to, try to get our attention and try to, get money from us or whatever, just strangers sometimes. So sometimes we feel we draw back and censor it then. So that's what I'm saying. It's okay to look them in the eye, to smile at them. It's okay to do that. And then just to walk away laughing at anybody that tries to take advantage of that. And it's okay to stay happy when somebody doesn't return the smile. So I'm giving myself permission. Sometimes you smile at somebody and, you just look up and they just don't even almost like, what do you smile at me for? Who are you? Kind of like almost, it's okay to walk away and smile and be happy anyway. So I'm giving myself permission for that. Okay. I give you full and complete permission to be 110% completely happy right this moment and forevermore. And when you find yourself sad, mad, or just a little glad, it's okay. You can still choose to be happy as soon as you're finished with those other emotions. And then in big letters, I don't know if you can see that, but in big letters down here, I put happiness is safe, happiness is grand, and happiness is okay. And I gave a big smiley on it. So I wrote myself a big letter of giving myself permission. I'll probably put this in the challenge if you don't do it here when I do the class too. I'll put it in the challenge. So write yourself a big letter in the beginning and just give yourself permission. I challenge you to do that even today. Give yourself permission to be fully happy and to be uncensored, to let your happiness be uncensored. That way, when you laugh, you're going to laugh heartily. You're not going to worry if you snort. You're not going to worry if you got mascara running down your face because your eyes watered up. You're not going to worry if you look stupid. You're just going to be fully happy. Yeah, the letter was it felt so freeing for me. So I'm challenging you with that, to go ahead and do that, and to just leave in the comments if you're going to write that letter yourself. And also, if you want to be a part of this class, please leave it in the comments. That way I can contact you, and I can add you to my email list to be able to send you the emails when the class opens up, which I'm thinking it'll be within a week. I've already got it pretty much what I'm going to do. It's not, and like I said, it's not going to be super extensive. It's just going to be challenges and probably affirmations, and you're just going to get an email and to tell you, to encourage you that day. Here's a dare. Stay happy. Here's a dare for you. Allow yourself to be uncensored in your happiness. And this is especially for those of us who have felt censored, and to become aware of the ways that we've been censored and that we've censored ourselves in our own happiness, so that we can free, so that we can shift and we can more easily move up into places of happiness and feel like it's okay, it's safe. And awareness is everything in shifting, being aware of what is, and reaffirm a different message in our new reality. So anyways, that's all I'm going to do for live for now. I thank you for coming back on, Tammy, and checking out to see if I was here. You're the only one that hopped back on. I had 3 people waiting, but I was just like messing with that thing. I couldn't figure it out, and then it ended up being so simple, so I don't know what went wrong to begin with. But it wouldn't let me do it on my phone. With my phone, when I put the lives up, I was like, I'm going in 5 minutes. I thought I was just going to turn my phone on, turn the live on. There it goes. Webcam. So I had to come in here and set up my webcam. And then when I was setting that up, I don't know, it kept going to different frames and telling me different things. And I was just a little confused, and then closed it all down and reopened it again. And the second time I did it, just boom, went right up. So I don't know what I did the first time. But anyways, thank you for coming on here and blah, blah, blah. And let me know if you have any questions, if there's anything else you'd like me to elaborate on about this subject, or I would love to hear too the ways that you feel like you censor yourself, or that you've been censored. And again, if you want to be a part of the challenge, the Uncensored Happiness Challenge, and I think it's going to be a month long, because I think that's what we need to really bust this thing open. Okay, Love you. I'll talk to you later. Now I gotta figure out how to turn this off. I think, let me see. Toggle, live. Let me see. Oh, there we go. Right in front of me. Oh, I always say my blind spot is right in front of my face, right there. In stream. I'll talk to you guys later.